Yes, good morning everyone. Good morning everyone. We are coming to you live via Facebook streaming and also via Skype online. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming. Initiation is not a discipline. Yes, indeed, initiation is not a discipline. On the contrary, it implies journey into freedom, journey into formless, creative chaos. Sufi Bayat, as the term is used in Sufi tradition, or Hindu sannyas, is an initiation into the formless. You are form and you have to learn the formless. It is not initiation into any rigid form. It is not a discipline. On the contrary, initiation implies entry or journey into freedom. Journey into freedom. The old concept of sannyas or initiation all over the world was to give you a rigid format, a rigid discipline, to give you a character, to give you a certain form, a pattern, a lifestyle. This was the past. But it is not like this at all. It is a radical change. I do not give you any character because a man of character is dead. I would like to take character is something imposed on you and you want to live by that. Instead, I'll take the character from you so that you are left in a state of chaotic creativity. So each moment you have to respond to life not out of a certain pattern, but out of your creativity, out of your awakening, and that is what initiation indeed is. Pattern comes from the past, and if the pattern predominates, the past predominates as well. And to be guided by the past is to be guided by death, that which is not. Past is no more, and that which is no more is dead. You have to learn to live this very moment, to respond to the moment without any pattern, just out of spontaneity. Whatsoever the feeling of the moment decides to act like that is indeed creative chaos, a characterless consciousness, a present without the influence of the past or the future. It is freedom unhindered by any discipline. There is no discipline at all in it. It is freedom. This very process of relaxing into freedom is what brings you to reality. The more we are, the less the reality is, the less we are, the more reality exists. responding to the moment without any pattern, just out of spontaneity, whatsoever the feeling of the moment decides to act just like that is indeed creative chaos. Characterless consciousness, a present without past, without future. It is freedom unhindered by any discipline. This very process of relaxing into freedom is what brings you to reality. But as such as we are a kind of resistance, and this resistance is beautifully termed as ego. The personality is nothing but a kind of resistance in reality. Ego is a resistance. Your personality, your character is a resistance. It is a kind of frozenness. It is a kind of fear and greed. It is a kind of private idiocy. Private idiocy that you would like to give your own life. It is against the cosmic law and the totality, and this is the reason it brings misery in you. We have given, whenever you are operated or guided by ego, personality or character, there comes a resistance. And religion gives you all this. That is why a Hindu is a resistance, a Muslim, a Christian is a resistance to any practical change. Initiation means now I would like to live in according to the cosmic law. I will live in the universal. I will not have any private opinion of life. I will let the whole existence, the whole totality decide. I will not pretend that the part is whole. Part cannot be whole. I will no longer be decisive on my own. Instead, I will allow the decision to arise in my consciousness and take possession of me. The decision has to arise in your consciousness, and when it takes possession, you are moving in an unknown realm. To live that way is to live initiated, to live the life of an initiate. It is utterly beautiful, blessed, but great courage is needed because it does not have any guide. You do not have any guide. You do not have any particular form. You cannot depend on the past. You cannot be guided by the future. One has to move from unknown, one unknown to another unknown. And one never knows what is going to happen next moment, where one is going to land. There is no security in it, none whatsoever. No security in it. None whatsoever. You are moving in various unknown realms. What is going to happen next moment you do not know. There is no security in it, no safety. It is pure adventure. Initiation is pure adventure. You are entering into the realm of adventure. To live this way is the way of an initiate. It is beautiful, it is blessed, but it is an adventure. A great courage is required to be an initiate. A master, an awakened one, a Buddha does not make you a Hindu. He does not make you a Christian. He does not make you a Muslim. He simply makes you a non-being. You do not have any garb, the garb of a Hindu or a Muslim or a Christian. Then you have a freedom. These religion give you a certain pattern of life that you have to live this way. You have to dress that way. This is the code of conduct, so that you are recognized by a particular form. I simply make you a non-being, and there is every possibility that freedom can grow in you. Just a slight push, a little courage is needed, and you are on the brink. Jump can happen any moment. It will not need any preparation. It will need only courage. Courage is needed to enter into the realm of initiation. When you talk about preparation, is a kind of cowardice. People prepare to avoid the fact that they are cowards. When you are not a coward, there is no need for any preparation. You are ready for anything that you need to do. You do not have to ponder, you do not have to contemplate or anything. This is the meaning of the story of Mawjood, the inexplicable person. He meets Khizr alayhi salam and he tells him something to do. Without a second thought, he jumps into it. And Khizr says, leave your job, meet me by the river, or something like this, jump into the river, may you be saved. That's a beautiful story. The inexplicable man, the Mawjood, the one who is available to the moment. But it requires tremendous courage, and a coward cannot take courage. When you are not a coward, there is no need for any preparation, and all illumination is sudden. It is not a gradual process. It is not that slowly and slowly you are going to be blessed. No. Just a single moment before you are miserable, and a single moment afterwards all misery has disappeared. You have taken a quantum leap. There is bliss. There is harmony. There is joy in you. It is a revolution that this way of initiation brings into life. So from the moment, keep a little alert, not to allow past to interfere, not to allow the set pattern to enter into your life. Nothing should interfere. Let the present moment be decisive. and let it gain more power. And do not think too much of the consequences. This is the essence of the teaching of Bhagavad Gita. Action is in your hand, but the result, the consequence is not in your hand. Be not guided by the consequence or the result, instead action. The man who thinks about consequences is indeed a coward. A man of courage is only interested in doing his actions and leave the rest to happen on its own. The moment whatsoever feels right, do it. Whatsoever be the consequence, do not worry about it. Do not be too much considerate of the consequence or worry about the consequences. We consider the consequences, we consider about the consequences, the results too much. And in that we go on missing the opportunity. You have to be available to the moment. Forget about the consequences. Opportunity is only for those who can take it. So do not be at all concerned about the consequences or the results. They will come on its own. The more you are into the action, the more courage you have to enter into the unknown. It is an unknown realm because you do not know what is going to happen, what is going to be the consequence, what is the result. But wholeheartedly you have entered into it. Whatsoever happens is acceptable. If you can act totally in this moment, in the present moment, a beautiful future is automatically created. When you act, you enter into this moment totally with tremendous courage. A beautiful future is automatically, spontaneously created. If you have been loving this moment, the next moment is going to be of greater love, obviously, because it will grow out of this moment. You are taking care of the plants. You keep on giving the nourishment according to its requirement. The plant will naturally grow because it is getting something intrinsically nourishing for its growth. And then nothing else has to be done. The result will start showing on its own. It will grow out of this moment. It cannot come from anywhere else. It is this moment unfolds into the next moment. And that is what is a chain. One moment unfolds into the other and the process continues. You need not worry about it. If you can act totally in the present moment, the next moment will unfold itself automatically. If you are loving in this moment, next moment is going to be a moment of greater love, because out of this moment of love will grow the next moment. Healthier, stronger, and more beautiful, because it cannot come from anywhere else. It has to evolve out of this. Out of this moment becomes a seed. Out of the seed, the flower blossoms. Seed is one stage. The flower is another. In between there are various stages. If you are courageous enough to live in the present, that alone starts creating a future without even thinking about it. A man who is not courageous, who is coward, goes on thinking about the consequences, the pros and cons, whether I should act this way or not, what will be the outcome, so on and so forth. Whether this will happen or not, if he does this, what will happen? If he does that or not. And in that he goes on missing the present moment. And naturally he goes on missing. If you miss this moment, you miss the next moment as well, because out of this very moment, the next moment is going to be born, going to be evolved. If you do not, this moment, your action, your courage is the process that you are sowing the seed. If you do not sow the seeds now, there is not going to be anything tomorrow. Tomorrow again will be thinking about another tomorrow, because when tomorrow comes, it always comes like this very moment. It never comes as tomorrow. It comes in the garb of now. You become accustomed to this habit of thinking always tomorrow, and tomorrow never comes. This is your way of life, has been up to now. So only this moment is, and to live in this moment as it is absolute. There is no past, no future. This is the essence of initiation. Initiation means you are living in that very moment as it appears in front of you, and you are action oriented, not the consequence. It needs tremendous courage, and it is the greatest adventure there is, but it brings great ecstasies, unimagined, never even dreamt about it. The ecstasies that it brings, the joy, the blissfulness that it brings, you have never imagined, you have never dreamt. It brings great joy, great celebration, and unmotivated, uncaused. And one simply feels joyful for no particular reason at all, as if joy or the bliss is your very essence. Chidananda Rupa. You become the form of bliss, you become the bliss incarnate. Chidananda Rupa, and that form is eternal. When joy is without any cause, it is divine. When it is because of it has some reason behind it, it is ordinary and it is worldly. It is worldly and ordinary. You have won a lottery and are feeling happy. A friend has come to see you and you are feeling happy, but your feeling happy is dependent on a particular cause, because you have won the lottery. Those causes will disappear soon, and then you will become unhappy once again. Once your happiness is for no reason, you are happy because you are. You are happy because you are, and that is more than enough. So the same cause that creates happiness can create unhappiness. This moment it is creating happiness, next moment it can create an unhappiness, and one goes on moving in the vicious circle of happiness, unhappiness, the pair of opposites, the heat and cold, the misery, this and that. The search is to find a joy which is uncaused. And initiation is the process, is the search to find the joy that is uncaused. One simply is joyful, happy, ecstatic for no reason. One is joyful because one is. You are happy, you are joyful, you are blissful because you are. That alone is enough. And this is the essence of initiation. Initiation gives you adventure, a courage to enter into unknown realm, singing and dancing. You can sing and dance only you have forgotten the past which is no more, and future which is yet to come, which is yet to evolve out of this moment. If you have lived this very moment totally with full of awareness, next moment will evolve even healthier. So initiation is the process of entering into this very moment, to be courageous, to enter into this present moment is a great adventure, and so is initiation an adventure. Only this much for this morning. Until next time when we meet again, take care and do have a pleasant day.